Alright, what is up, K-Rod fans? It's Kieran here. I'm back with another boxing video. I didn't see this coming, but Gary Russell is accepting the $1.5 million deal to fight Devin the Dream Haney. Let's talk about it. Alright, you know, I don't even know if I should change like the picture art for this background. Like I always like putting Scorpion in here because that's just kind of how I am. But I mean, boxing related theme, I don't really think it's necessary. Like I mean, I could put something in the theme of boxing art, but probably not. I like having Scorpion. That's kind of like my thing because everything has to be a fight. Alright, but let's get it right to it. Devin Haney is confirmed to fight Gary Russell Jr. for $1.5 million. The contract just needs to be sent over, according to Gary Russell, for the fight to be made. And then once the fight is made, I believe, they will start fighting, right? Not too sure what the details could be, but I guess like for every boxing fight you do need to actually accept the fight and then have that sent over through the promoters or managers, whoever's setting up the fight, in order for the fight to be finalized. So I think that's really like the biggest thing right now, where the fight needs to just be finalized and then the fight's made. But I'm going to give out my thoughts for the fight because I've been waiting for this fight for a pretty long time. As we can see here, I'm going to pull up BoxRec. We're going to look at Mr. Gary Russell Jr. BoxRec. And then I'm going to show you what he got. Alright, my boy is 31-1. He only lost to Lomachenko, got worked. But, let's see. He's number 3 in the world. He's a beast. And actually, Gary Russell is a world champion, so I don't know what he's saying that he's up the challenger. Or, I guess if he's fighting for Devin Haney's title, then yeah. Okay, yeah, let's get right to it. So, this is his resume within the past 10 fights. I'll probably go with 5 or 10. He fought Tusukwe at NEMBR. He was a beast. He won by decision. That fight alone, I think NEMBR, he only got maybe at least 4 or 5 rounds out of him, but Gary did his thing. He beat him. The last fight before that was Kiko Martinez. He was a Spaniard fighter. He got his ass beat by him. TKO'd the crap out of him. Joseph Diaz, fight after that, really good fight. Unfortunately, Joseph got beat by Gary. He did very well. And fight before that, Oscar Escandon, yeah, he literally TKO'd him. That was a good fight. Patrick Hyland, good fight. TKO'd him. Johnny Gonzalez, TKO. Christopher Martin, UD. Actually, he was good. He was a very good fighter, but now he's old, but I mean, like, what can you do? I mean, most of his record, like most of his resume is like him losing to like, undefeated fighters, or people that have good resumes. Yeah, Miguel Mariega. Yeah, Gary Russell. Wow. Yeah, that's just crazy, honestly. Like his whole career got messed up with that. All right, and then after that is Vasyl Lomachenko. That fight obviously was a majority decision, and after that, just mostly wins. So, yeah, Gary has been on a very, very long win streak. He's about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so he's on a 7-fight win streak. This guy is not a very, how should I say? He's not a slouch. He can fight. He can do his thing. He has a lot of speed in his punches, and I think that's good. I think it's good that we actually got a fighter that is going to be fighting the beast of the East, or the no the yeah the best from the West. My boy Devin Haney, the West Coast, Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's go and let's take a look at this good resume. Which, I mean, he hasn't really fought super duper high tier competition except for Gary. Gary Russell's going to be a really good test. Um, but no, we can see that he fought Alfredo Santiago. He was a really good fighter from Dominican Republic, I believe. Yeah, well, he's from Puerto Rico, but he's from Dominican Republic. Very good fighter. I like watching him fight. Fight before that, Zaur Abduwalev. I think Zaur is a good fighter. He's had a bit of trouble where he needs to work on his speed. He needs to work on having the stand up right whenever he fights. And then he would be able to sustain more later in the fight where he has good punching power and he can really, cut off at the ring to control his, I guess his fight better. But no, Devin did good work with him. I actually wanted that fight to keep on going, but he got his nose broken by accident, and that led to a RDD, or a technical decision, or TKO technically. So Devin won that. Fight before that, this is like a really good one. Antonio Moran, he's out of Mexico, knocked him out. That was a really good fight. And yeah, let's see. Fight before that was Zoliani Endogeny. Yeah, that's a kid from South Africa, right? I think. Yeah. He was a pretty good fighter, very talented. Did his thing, and yeah, he got worked, but other than that, that was a fun fight to see. And then after that, Juan Carlos Burgos. He's a pretty good, decent fighter. And after that, just mostly people that aren't high tier fighters. But yeah, Devin Haney will be tested. This is not going to be a very easy fight for, I say, Devin, because Gary Russell, he has a lot of confidence to know that he could beat Devin, and Devin would probably need to utilize some sort of strengths and abilities to hold him down. Which, I mean, Devin has a 4-inch advantage over Gary, so I don't know how the hell Gary thinks he can even touch Devin. He has a longer reach than him. He has a much stronger body where he has more sustain with his stamina. And I think, honestly, with the training he's been receiving from Floyd within those past couple months throughout quarantine or, whatsoever, yeah, Devin is constantly improving. I think Devin is really trying to really test out the best of the best. And that's how it should be. Devin Haney is ranked number 5. And Ryan Garcia, wow, his stock went down. He's actually number 10. But Devin's basically tied with Teofimo, Gervonta, Lee Selby, which I actually like him. He's a pretty good fighter. He's decent to say the least, but I think he's going to get KO'd by someone soon. But, don't forget Luke Campbell, Javier Fortuna, Richard Comey, he's still doing his thing. And you got Lomachenko at number 1, which I don't think he's going to be number 1 for too long. Because if Lopez knocks him out, then Haney's going to come up there. He's going to fight Gervonta or Lopez. Either way, it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. Even don't forget about Ivan Bjornchik. I don't even know if he's even going to come up in that bracket, but it would not surprise me because there are a lot of good fighters out there, especially at 130. But we just have to see what happens, because don't forget about Hector Tanajara. He's at 27. don't even forget about Felix Verdejo. Yeah, and you know, just a whole mess of good fighters. I mean, Jorge Linares, he can come up there too. And then we got hmm yeah, we got Rolly, which I mean, he's definitely gonna rematch who Jackson Marinas. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be interesting. Then we got Ladarius Miller. He can definitely come up there too. And I want to say that's it. Honestly, there's really nobody else that's gonna be a threat other than Gabriel Flores Jr. Yeah, he's definitely, climbing up pretty fast. I think that's it. Honestly, Joan O'Carroll. I don't even know if who else. Tevin Farmer. Yeah, like where is he? Because Tevin Farmer, he's in the same division. So we gotta see where he's at. Yeah, he's at number 3, which I think. Oh, 135. Okay. Yeah, so he's at 135. Yeah, so yeah, Tevin Farmer would be at 135. And then Gervonta and all those guys are at 130. Yeah, so honestly, man, this fight's interesting. It's good enough that we're seeing Gary Russell fighting a young kid like Devin Haney. It would be a very interesting fight to see, and I would like to see Devin Haney either cut him off the ring so he doesn't move around and get Devin tired, Gary Russell wise, and Devin should definitely utilize the body. If he hits the body more, he can easily knock out Gary Russell because he has more reach, he has more sustain with his punches, and he he has more ring generalship control to make sure he doesn't get hit. And I think Devin, if he does that and he does get a win on Gary Russell, then that is going to be a very, very good win on the resume. See, now, if Devin loses, it's still a good fight on his resume because it's, it's basically giving him more stock for him to do what he needs to do and try to make sure things are taken care of, because there would be a lot more exposure. There would be a lot more influence for people to do their thing and actually look at Devin Haney more. And Devin Haney would have way more respect for him taking on the best. Because, if Devin Haney were to just come out and honestly, just fight, let's just say Gervonta when he's maybe 23, 24, and Gervonta he's still in his prime. He'll probably be 28, 29, or 30, but it's why not just do it now? It's better to see the young kids fight now and actually give them the opportunity to start fighting, to see them fight. And I think this is kind of similar to the Ali era, when Ali, he was whatchamacallit, he was 21 when he won his first title, and I think Floyd, he was 21 when when he won his first title. And I'm only saying this of the caliber of competition at the age that they've fought was at a young age. And I think when you compare it to all the greats, it's important to see that, because that's something that everyone needs to see out of boxing. And I think it's good enough to see that, because everybody wants to see the amount of how should I say, the amount of high tier competition going at it with each other, because that will definitely make the sport a lot more popular, and people will be able to do what they want to do, and they'll have more fun doing what they want to do. It would make a lot more sense. It would actually incentivize people to do their thing more, and I think it would definitely bring a better influence to the boxing world. So I really hope that does happen, because that will definitely get boxing at a high level again, for people to respect the sport, see a lot more competition coming back in, and people doing their thing back in the ring. And that would be good to see that happen, and that's how it needs to happen. I would like to see that type of stuff go down, and see the better of boxing come back. So that's really how I kind of see things. It would be nice to see everything you know get better for boxing. It definitely needs to come out of that caliber, and things do need to you know change. So I'm happy that Devin Haney is fighting Gary Russell Jr., and it will be a very interesting thing to see. So, alright. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Do you think this is a good decision for Devin Haney to fight Gary Russell Jr.? Or do you think this isn't a good fight, and maybe Devin Haney should have waited? But I think it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all later. Alright, thank you. Bye.